Yo, what's up YouTube? Today we're out here, we're about to fly this drone. We're gonna drone it up, we're gonna do some drone stuff. You know, I got Big Dog FPV over here, we got Big Cat FPV over here, got Big Walrus FPV over here, we got Big Boy Dog FPV. You know, we're out here just doing no stab FPV, you know, because no one on my crew is allowed to fly with stabilization. You know, if you have stabilization on your GoPro, that makes you a poser. You know, let's rip. You're gonna fly epic FPV freestyle and you're gonna stabilize your drone footage. Can you even call yourself an actual FPV pilot? In all seriousness though, if you want to use GoPro stabilization or you want to stabilize your GoPro footage, it doesn't matter. Who gives a shit, really? You know, do whatever makes you feel good. But ultimately for me, the goal when it comes to flying drones is to get the best possible footage. And actually, when I took my GoPro footage and ran it through GyroFlow, I realized I don't really need that much stabilization to begin with. I found that the GoPro footage without stabilization didn't really look that much different than it did with stabilization. It wouldn't be a real science experiment. This isn't a science experiment, but it wouldn't be a real science experiment unless I did multiple tests in multiple locations and did, you know, just, this video is gonna be 40 hours long and we're gonna get down into every detail. Whoa, dude, oh, shit. I almost got killed by a drone. It was my fault though, standing where I was standing. We're flying so close to ourselves though. This is insane. I was like standing right here and the drone came like right here. And I was like, I just died, but you disarmed, so. All I care about is getting the best quality footage I can possibly get with what I have, right? So for instance, here's an example. So currently right now I am using a ND8 filter and I'm running it at like 60 FPS and then I just slow it down and then I just cut it down to 30 FPS in a timeline, whatever, it doesn't matter. Either way, that's not ideal because I'd rather shoot it at 30 FPS because you get more motion blur, blah, 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 blah. So I'm sacrificing a little bit just because I don't have another ND filter currently. But I'm doing the best I can with what I have to get the best possible footage because for me personally, the drone is more about the camera footage, not the drone. There's a lot of people out here walking around. I don't love this. Is this propeller chipped? I don't give a f. I can, my flight controller will solve everything. Oh, I'm flying a drone. Let's power lift this tree in a big way. Send it around, nope. Fix it with a flip. I'm afraid here because I lost my drone in this tree last year. And so I'm like afraid to not bash the throttle here. That's why the power loops are like 4 miles in the air. That tree right there. I tried climbing up it, but it didn't work. I feel like even if this wasn't stabilized, this feels like it'd be pretty good. So I got my TX16 back from somebody that I let somebody borrow this that I thought was gonna get into drones, but they didn't get into drones. I haven't used full-size gimbals since I like first started, so I wanna see how it feels. I'm gonna sell this, by the way. If anyone wants this, they can buy it from me. My goal isn't to get, you know, sick freestyle footage and, well, I like getting cool freestyle footage, but I'm not all about having an optimal, you know, smooth flight with no stabilization. That's not really my goal. You know, I don't really post freestyle flights or anything like that. And mainly anytime I do, the footage is strictly used as a supporting element to tell the overall story. Someone said once, I gotta recall who said this, but someone said that people who fly, you know, FPV or drones, camera drones, from a cinematic perspective, they're flying the camera. But then when you have freestyle pilots, they're flying the drone. And I guess I sort of agree with that, but for me, no matter what I'm doing, I feel like I'm always flying the camera. I like creating movies, but I also enjoy FPV, so I'm more or less just using FPV as a catalyst to create my movies. So when it comes to making content, I only use drone footage where I feel like it's necessary to tell the story. So I feel like if I was posting any drone footage that was a little bit shaky or not stabilized, that could be a bit jarring and off-putting to people who may not necessarily be into FPV. But if your goal is to showcase your freestyle flying abilities, then maybe you shouldn't use stabilization. Maybe you should post your footage as it is, and then hopefully that helps you improve your flying. Me personally, I don't care about any of that. You know, I just want my shit to look cool, and that's really all that matters to me.